But then I'm hit with
Fix
this
it.
negativity.
It's not negativity, mate. Being a good friend, you have a problem, you should address it.
Bad vibes. How we all doing, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Small Time Scots podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin.
And I'm Ryan. It's a pleasure to be back again.
It really is. It's 2022, so Happy New Year to all of our lovely listeners. It's been a pleasure to spend the last year with you, and we hope this year is going to be even better. So this year, Ryan,
Kevin,
we have some high hopes.
we have a lot of high hopes.
We have good high hopes, but it's been a roller coaster of a last year. Now, we just tried to do this intro 5 minutes ago.
And Ryan did good, but your boy here,
I've
the
just had
bald
to
eagle,
slap my face
fucked it.
to get me psyched for this because I don't have enough caffeine in me. But anyway, 2021 was the first year of the Small Time Scots, and in that year we released our first dozen episodes.
Yes,
First
we did
dozen.
indeed. 12.
Which was good. I didn't actually realise, but it's more like 15 or 16 that we recorded.
Yeah.
But some of them never got posted.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard about that in the last episode.
Yeah.
But season 2 is now here. So we have a lot of good plans for the year. And we hope you guys are going to be with us on the journey.
Yes, let's hope so. So, Kevin, you want to take it away? What to tell the lovely people what the plan is?
Well,
Or some of the plans.
some of the plans. Right. First and foremost, season 2 is starting off. Now, in front of us, for those that can now see us, we're going to be reaching some new platforms. So that includes the podcast not just being live on Spotify, Apple Music, all this kind of stuff. It is now going to be streamed online. Sorry, not streamed online. It's going to be released online. We'll touch on the streaming in a couple of minutes.
The streaming's an idea.
Yeah. So we're going to reach to new ventures like YouTube. So you'll be able to actually watch these episodes online. You'll be able to get to know us. You'll be able to see how much strength it takes in me not to slap Ryan about here sometimes.
You always
that's
need to resort to
besides the point.
violence.
Of course I do. You annoy me so much. Anyway.
Not how the nature of today's went, but fuck you.
Exactly. But that's one of the plans, is we're going to be reaching YouTube. But we are also going to try and engage with you guys direct out with the actual podcast episodes. So, Ryan.
Yes, Kevin. I was just too busy to piss out you, sorry.
Wow. I'm trying to stay psyched right now.
He's jazz
My
hands
calf.
into his cell. I can't wait to upload the outtakes. So what was the question? I'm half listening to your spiel, I'll be honest.
We're just talking about YouTube. What else are we doing?
We're going to attempt to do some live streaming, guys. We will try soon. Ryan needs to figure out how it works. And we need to have a debate on where we're going to go. Because I don't personally like Twitch.
Why?
Because it's not a kind platform to new people. And we would be very new.
What?
It's not. It's so bad for growth.
In what
It's
way?
so bad
Aye,
for
but
growth and discoverability. Like you can now pay to win on Twitch. You can pay to get affiliated on Twitch.
can you actually?
Yes, you can. You can buy Twitch affiliates.
How
That is
much?
now. I don't know. I don't know how much it is,
Maybe.
but I'm not even considering it.
Right, well, either way.
But we want to stream, so
Either
we might stream live on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
so-
need to twist his arm to agree that YouTube's the way to go.
Listen, we can stream anywhere, but this is a way that we want to actually get to engage with our audience. So we won't, as we say, we won't be streaming the podcast itself. It'll be more a chatting session, getting to see us editing the podcast, and just have general conversation about the goings on between us, between you guys, and what's kind of coming up for the podcast episodes that we're going to be releasing. So we'll probably get that chatting stream done before we release each episode, so I can kind of give you a heads up of what to expect. So it'll be oh my god, Ryan's got it up.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling it up just because I can.
Right, okay, so
Twitch is
apparently
alienating its partner streamers and content creators. A number of massive changes to the big streaming platform have a lot of users baffled and concerned. Twitch made a deal with massive music label Monster Cat, and it has brought strange changes to the platform.
oh man, oh no.
For a $5 a month monthly Monster Cat Gold subscription,
you will get
you will
affiliate
get
status.
Twitch affiliate status. This is
Wow.
undoubtedly a ploy at getting people to subscribe to a music program by offering a premium Twitch status as bait.
That's good bait.
You can literally just sign up to Monster Cat Gold and you're affiliated on Twitch.
Wow, that's pretty shit.
Yeah. You
That
could
is
have
really
zero viewers. Zero.
That's bad.
And
No,
now
what,
you can get it for $5 a month.
I would love to know Jamie's
$5,
stance on this, because I just know for a fact he's probably went through quite a few people online about this by now.
Think so?
Aye.
I didn't know he was still streaming.
Aye, well, he's mostly moved to YouTube because of several reasons, but I bet this is one of them.
Aha.
Jesus
Told you,
Christ.
man. Twitch is just not nice. It's
Aye.
not a nice company. And
Well-
Bezos wins. Bezos always wins. And fuck Jeff Bezos.
Wow.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, have you seen his glow up since his divorce? That's another subject.
No.
But anyway,
Anyway.
this is one of the other plans that we've got for 2022. So this so far is going to be episode 1. Obviously, there's no stream before it, but this is to give you a heads up of what to expect coming up. But 2022 is a new year,
Mm-hmm.
but last year,
You want to
was-
reflect?
yeah,
Take a walk down memory lane?
cue violins.
No cue violins.
Okay,
that
don't
shit
cue
out
violins.
of
Right, well, Ryan, what were your highlights of 2021?
Podcast, for sure.
Of course.
Camera
Oh,
purchase.
Yeah,
I'm just going to rapid fire these out and we can
go for it.
pick them apart if you want after. That hike that me, you, and Grace all did. That was a
Lovely.
great day.
Yep.
It was really memorable. Fenn's first birthday, obviously.
Oh.
And I suppose new job. I'll throw
suppose.
that in as a highlight as getting a new job. Aye.
That's a pretty good lineup, but
It's pretty diverse, isn't it?
because you've
It's
got
a bit
general
everything.
day-to-day stuff like
Mhm.
hiking and that, and then you've got big life
Hobbies
changes.
and life changes.
Would you say 2021 was a good year?
I think it was good for my mental health for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That leads me into my lowlights though.
Oh, go for it.
My weight,
Right, okay.
dreadful. My overall general health and fitness
Uh-huh.
as a whole, dreadful in 2021. It's the laziest I've ever been. It's the heaviest I've ever been. Super fat.
Aye, but touch on that. The heaviest you've ever been is
85
not
kilograms.
the worst.
Oh, it's not the worst, but it's the heaviest that I've
Aye.
ever been.
But
But I need to remember that I remember myself being super skinny, but I also looked like
Yep.
I was fucking dying off.
true.
Like I didn't look healthy. I was like bad,
Aye.
like a really bad skinny, unhealthy. And now I've got a bit of fucking plumpness about me, and I just think I'm super fat. So there you go.
Too
What
much
about-
good soup.
And any other lowlights? No, I was actually pretty decent
That
last year. I didn't do too badly.
Aye.
Couple of things with work, but that's
More pros rather than cons. but
definitely more pros than cons.
So it's a success more than anything.
100%. What about you?
Right, we'll start highlights. Highlights were starting your YouTube channel. Got 3 kind of short films out. Discovered that obviously not what I'm aiming for in the large scale of things.
Discovered that's not what you're aiming for.
No, I want to up my standard. But we'll discuss that after we get through the highlights, right?
Sorry. Okay, go.
So YouTube channel,
Mhm.
hikes. I done
You did quite a lot.
quite a lot.
You did quite a lot of travelling last year.
Done a lot
as
of
whole.
traveling in 2021, which was a goal for that year. Done the NC 500 as well. Was supposed to have done the West Highland Way. That got cancelled due to COVID. Thank you very much, China.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm trying to think anything else highlight wise. Honestly, one of the best memories that pop out was a last minute gig in the Barrowlands that happened in December.
Ah, yeah.
Just because it was a last minute plan.
I forgot
and the
about
ones
that.
kind of stick out the most.
Yeah, the spontaneous events are
Yeah.
always super handy to have.
Low lights. I don't actually know. I've not given this enough thought. I didn't anticipate this question.
It's okay to have none. Like if you don't think you had
there's
any
always low lights.
low lights, but
Well, why the main low lights? One of my best mates left my workplace. Bit selfish, but whatever.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
sorry, by the way, because if you ever watch this person who you know who you are,
yeah,
he's bitched about it for actual months.
Yeah, not happy about this. In fact, more than one. There was a few that have left.
He's got friends, not me.
Overall, work has probably been the main low light. And kind of falling back into old ways, something that I said I wouldn't do. So during the pandemic, had lots of time, said I wouldn't go back to work in 7 days. Hey ho.
But you can't help yourself because you're an idiot.
It's mainly because I'm moving house, but anyway. But a YouTube channel. The reason that it's not exactly what I'm going for is I want to up my game for what I'm producing.
Mm-hmm.
I want more cinematic short films as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just general higher quality films.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to be careful because you want to get the reps in at the same time.
Yeah,
it's training. Your first 100 videos are going to be training wheels regardless.
Yeah.
So always try and do better than the last one, but don't put your standard that high that you're going to stop making videos until.
That's the plan.
Do you know what I mean?
I think the biggest thing coming out of 22 that I need to prepare for is making time to do it. That's it.
The thing is, right, is I'm going to say it to you, and I've said it to you hundreds of times. You're moving into a house.
Yeah.
Your house is a marathon. It's not a fucking sprint. So don't tell yourself that you need to work 7 days because you want to do X, Y, and Z. Remember that you have 24 months or whatever to do things to the house. It doesn't all need to happen within the first 6 to 8 months because you will self-deprecate yourself from going and doing things that you want to do because you want to make money to put it into the house.
Honestly, see, whenever it comes to my new house, so guys, I've bought a house. And I was supposed to have moved in like 2 weeks ago. But hey ho, just like most of the time you buy a house, that does not go to plan.
It's Scots law, mate. That's just what happens. Scottish.
But all I'm looking forward to is the excitement of actually making it a home. Just because I privately rent this now, wasn't doing anything. It's not my house, and I calculated that I've paid over £40,000
to that guy in the last 5 years.
I have paid over half his mortgage probably.
And you've probably paid the mortgage off.
I've probably paid his mortgage off. So there we have it.
The guy doesn't spend any money on the fucking house. It's hard enough to get him out to fix things when they break. Never mind anything else. Not me.
To be honest, he's all right. I never really need anything done anyway.
No, it's because you don't want anything done. You're like, fuck it, it's not mine.
That's true.
Your mentality.
That's true. I just resent doing it, but I'm excited to make a place a home. So that's like one of the things going into 2022 that I'm actually looking forward to. Which brings us on to our next point: is goals for 2022, if we have any. And before we go into that, I want to call Ryan out. So he made a comment earlier about how he'd made a goal for 2022 that he would not spend over £100 on a single purchase.
That wasn't for my house.
However,
that was what I prefaced that with. I wouldn't spend over £100 on a single purchase that wasn't for my house.
Right, okay, for his house. We are not even...
It's 23 days in, I already quoted the date.
Yeah, so we're 23 days in and he's chucked out the window. And
I have not chucked that out the window.
You've chucked out the window. He's not only failed once, he's failed twice. And his words to me earlier was, you mentioned that on the last recording, which didn't get aired, so it never happened. So I just want you to know that happened.
It didn't happen. Pull the episode up. I dare you to try and find it.
Listen, mate, I know it's on your computer somewhere.
Oh no,
I'll find it.
I buried it.
Did you?
It didn't happen.
So he's just admitted it does exist.
Nah, it doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aye, but anyway, 2022, we're going to set some goals, both for the podcast and personal. So first and foremost, we'll start with the podcast.
Growth and engagement. I am sad that I don't get to talk to the people that listen to this.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I have had 2 people talk to me about the podcast in the entire year that it's been up.
Someone brought up the podcast to me a few weeks ago.
And I'll be honest, the only reason that the 2 people, I will come back to that, but the only 2 people that spoke to me about it are people that are friends of Grace. So see, actually, like, all our people, they don't talk to me.
It's cool, mate.
They only talk to you.
They don't talk to me either.
I do. They talk to you about...
They don't.
More people have approached you about the podcast than they have about me.
Aye.
Nobody talks to me about the podcast.
But that's
that
because...
makes me sad.
That's just because, in general, I tend to talk to more people.
You talk to a lot of people.
So
I don't.
Aye, that's all it is. It's just because I talk to pretty much everyone.
I think it's because you're still in Costa La Brig, I'll be honest, as well.
Aye. Obviously.
That helps. I've moved away.
You've moved away. You're not as active online either.
Oh, no. I hate social media.
Yeah.
I know it's my own fault. Like, I know it's my own fault, but it makes me sad.
Aye.
People have got my number. Text me.
No, you're still a cunt.
Wow. Thanks. God.
But it's one of the facts of life that
Put
obviously
myself out there and you just fucking stab me.
Good. I hope I hurt.
Damn.
Well, I had someone approach me a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember who it was.
It was another guy for work.
Oh, it was actually. So when I was shopping for a house, I had an estate agent phone me, and the estate agent turns out to be someone I used to work with, and he mentioned, he was like, I was listening to your podcast, and I was like, it's got no way. It was like the most exciting thing that anyone had said to me, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, I actually listened to the podcast. And it was such a surprise, because not only did I get surprised with the fact that the real estate agent that was phoning me was an old colleague, and he wanted to do me a good deal on that property. It's just a shame that the property was not good soup at all.
Stop saying good soup.
No, we'll never stop.
It's one meme, you've said it like 4 times already.
I love it. But it was a surprise getting in touch with him and him bringing up the podcast. But
yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, in general, I mean, I don't talk to many people. Or people.
You talk to a lot more people than I do.
Yeah, but that's mostly...
I would like to improve on that, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a bit more, not social media active, but socially active. That's a personal goal of mine this year.
That's reasonable.
Because I think I speak to the same 6 people, not including family, the same 6 people regularly enough, and then that's it. I don't branch out more than that. And that kind of makes me realise that that's not that many, especially when 2 of those 6 people are a couple.
To be honest, 6 people this day and age is quite a few. Because one of the things that me and Ryan were discussing just before we started this, and it was actually we're going to put this towards the end of the podcast.
But we've segued right into it, so let's go for it.
Is the fact that whenever you get to the busy age, like, I always tell this to younger people, see between the age, like, of, I would say
14 to 22.
No, I'd say between the ages of 28 and 25, that time scale is when your life changes the most.
All right, okay, that's where you were going with that. Okay.
That's where you go from right at the start when you're 20, 21.
Don't give a fuck.
You do not care.
Your way all the way through.
Loving the sesh, doing whatever you want. You're still working full time, but you're still making the best of like your childhood, essentially. You're still seeing everyone that you see, but then as time goes on, between 22 to 25 and upwards is when work becomes more of a heavy duty on you, because not only are you working full time,
for a lot of people, you're now finishing uni by that point.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting into the territory of you either take a year out and go and do something else, or you do what like I did and you leave uni and then go straight into a professional environment, and at that point you're just career focused.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Not like that's not specific to just people that go to uni. Like,
the thing is,
most people, like your apprenticeships and all that, usually are 4 year.
You need to think why you end up so career focused is because between the ages is also when a lot of people these days get like their first house or their first flat or whatever, so they start privately renting, or they'll get a partner and they'll get a property.
Yeah.
And when you have that responsibility partnered up with your career, that time that you always had, your free time, where you would actually spend with friends, doing whatever you wanted, being a bit more careless, being a bit more reckless, it's cut off because you used to make the best of it right up until you had to go back to work the next day, whereas now you need to forecast, I've got all this stuff to do before I go back to work tomorrow, I've got this errand to run, I've got that to do, I need to do shopping, I need to pay these bills. All that builds up to the point where you'll sit like me and you sat earlier and you'll go, when was the last time I seen them?
I know. Well, you got the memory, didn't you? Because it was your grand old 27th birthday yesterday, Kev IN. So, belated birthday. Haha. Life gets harder, by the way, just saying. Yeah,
life does get harder. But that's the thing. Like, I was looking on my Snapchat and Facebook memories, and it came up of like 4 or 5 years ago when we were like 22, 21, 22, even maybe touching on 23, where you'd be working full time, but your spare time would be all the pals, all chilling together, all having a good time, always being social. Pretty much every weekend people were free to meet up. You go to one of your houses, everyone would be there, you'd order in food, watch horrible movies,
terrible Netflix shit or whatever.
Watch Bob Ross.
Oh my god, the Bob Ross marathons.
Love
fucking
Bob Ross.
Hell. Damn.
But that's all you filled your time with, whereas now if you had to go and do that, you couldn't do it the same, because you'd be like,
I feel guilty now.
You'd be like, I need to do all this stuff, I'm sitting here doing nothing.
I'm sitting here doing fuck all.
Whereas when you think it, doing fuck all actually made the best memories whenever you're
it did for me for sure, 100%. Definitely, yeah.
I think if you're one of those people that are sitting there like, I have no pals, it's not the fact that you have no pals, it's that everyone is just busy in their own life to maintain engagement. And it's that old chestnut that says, if you feel bad about not checking in on people, computers work both ways, and they've not checked in on you either. It's not to say that they don't think about you, they don't care about you. It's the fact that everybody's life gets that busy that you can't always keep checking up on your buddies. I was wondering what you were typing up there.
Just like to distract you. I'm actually going to utilise OneNote for now on, by the way. I'm actually just going to have all our stuff across here, I think, for now on.
Right.
To try and...
For those that can't see it, we've got the show set up just below the camera here.
It's just bullet points. We don't script anything anymore. We freestyle because the scripted episodes are the worst.
Yeah.
Literally the worst episodes.
They are.
So they are.
I suggested to Ryan earlier that next time we're recording an episode, we do some pre-workout first, so that we're really fucking hyped.
You just have a caffeine addiction, Kevin, and I'm not going to be an enabler. I'm not an enabler. You have a problem, sir.
But then I'm hit with this negativity.
It's not negativity, mate. Being a good friend, you have a problem. You should address it.
Bad vibes.
Bad
vibes is all I can hear.
You just want...
See where that wall stops? Bad vibes.
You want an enabler. You want an enabler. Get found.
I do want an enabler because everybody needs to enjoy it. Because it's legal cocaine.
I'm not. What is wrong with you?
I've
never tried cocaine either, so do tell Kevin how it's cocaine. Like how can you relate it to cocaine?
I don't know.
Incriminate yourself on camera.
I've never felt the effects of cocaine.
You're going to see this right now live in 4K, by the way. Go.
I have never felt the effects of cocaine.
Felt the effects. Never listen to the words. Thinks he's a lawyer. Listen, you might wear a fucking
see if I was a lawyer, I'd be charging you for this conversation.
The lawyer face mask, right? But
I'd hand you a yellow sheet of paper and say sign that, and then just walk away. Go and claim
that's
like
you,
$2,000.
$2,000 richer. So the exciting things, Kevin, that have already happened in this year so far. I'm going to dive you right into your latest and greatest achievement.
Yeah, so
'Cause it's also a funny story for me.
obviously it's 3 weeks into 2022. I keep going to say 2021.
I know.
So just at the tail end of 2021, another company got in touch with Show Me Scotland to do another brand deal with them, which was actually a lot of fun to do. So this company is based out of California, a place called Torrance, which is an hour away from Megan's house. Shout out to Megan from Cali.
Don't know you, Megan, but hi.
So they got in touch and they were looking for me to shoot some of their products, which I was happy to do. But this also touches on the last commitments that I made till end of 2021.
That's right, yeah.
So obviously they got in touch, we discussed terms, and me and Ryan spent a full day in Glencoe Valley shooting these products, which actually turned out really, really well. So we spent
my only issue is my face is in them. But they're great shots.
The shots were great. Ryan's just a bit self-conscious, that's all it is.
That's because I'm so fat right now.
Shut up. But Foxelli was the company that we're working
By the way, Foxelli, just saying, your boots are crispy comfy.
Yeah. If you want a good pair of hiking boots, Foxelli do a really, really lovely pair. You get them in different colours, grey, navy, black.
It's not an upsell. We're not sponsored
We're
by
upselling,
Foxelli.
We're upselling off the back. The next part I was actually going to mention was this year, as a kind of content creator and a photographer, I'm changing my business structure so that these kinds of jobs will be less frequent, where the job is based on the exchange of goods. And it's more going to be based on knowing your worth and basing it off the quality of your work and knowing your own worth as an individual. So not just the exchange of
business growth, Kevin.
Exactly, business growth. So it's not just the exchange of goods, it's also bringing into the fact that this is a job, and you can't get paid in goods all the time because goods don't pay the bills. So that includes, whenever you're doing these kinds of jobs, think of travel, fuel money, you need to get your lunch while you're out.
Yep.
All these things actually
business
cost
expenses.
quite a bit of money. So even if you're not charging redonkulous prices for the work that you're doing, you still need to have that surcharge for the travel that you're doing to get the shots, the time that you're spending doing the edits, and everything in between. So it's not being like, oh, I want to fucking
make
thousands off these companies. It's not like that. It's the fact that
even.
That's all it is, break even. I want to do this work for you. However, I want to do it where I am not out of pocket. So even though the goods cost more than what it costs to travel and shoot and edit and all that kind of stuff, obviously I'm still paying actual money out.
Yep.
And then
do stuff.
There's goods coming in, so
especially at this time, because you don't even get the goods.
Yeah.
I got the boots.
Yeah, so the boots and stuff Ryan is making full use of, because his boots I have in my house.
I thought you would have had them, by the way. I forgot all about that.
So, I fucking should have remembered to bring them over.
Tangent doesn't matter. It's fine, don't worry about it. You've left tunnels of things here that I never bring to you, so.
But it was a really good day shooting.
It was a great day, man. Broke my toe, though. Broke my toe. I don't know how I fucking done it. Nah, I do know how I done it.
Toe jobs.
Basically, I re-aggravated a broken toe that I had broke like 2 weeks before.
And then how did you do that?
Stubbed a toe on the corner of my bed. To the big, solid wooden box at the.
Here's the thing.
That is the base of my bed.
I've not told you this. I know how it feels.
It's so sore,
I've broke two of my toes.
It is so sore.
From doing the exact same thing.
It's so sore. Such a stupid injury.
Yeah.
Apparently you can break it. You can break your toe just by rolling it as well.
Aye.
So like I think I hurt my toe when I was building this desk. Like I think I aggravated like the tendon and the muscles stuff on that foot.
Yeah.
And then it was like a week later I stubbed my toe against the bed and it was a cracker. So it was like I did the road runner around the room properly for about 10 minutes after I'd done it because it was really, really sore.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even swear.
There's no nice way of stubbing your toe.
And it was so painful. And then obviously we went out and we did wasn't even a hike, but we just sort of walked along a bit of rough terrain, really, and coming up and down. And I don't know what happened. It was on the way down to that waterfall.
Yeah.
It was just coming down, and as I was coming down, I went over it the wrong way, and that's me. I've not been able to walk properly since. But it was still a fantastic day despite that.
It was a great day. And for those of you that haven't broke a toe before, trust me, it's not fun. Even putting your shoes on, that's actually probably one of the worst bits is putting your shoes on. Because not only is it sore, if you're then tying your laces up, it gets sorer. And then see those first 50 steps.
I think it was the first hour, I would say.
So sore.
So painful. But I've got myself some fancy new slippers to try and...
that's why Grace got you some fancy new slippers.
Ask Grace to go get me them, because I don't want to hop about the fucking shops, because I can't walk properly. Hate it.
Hobble about the shops.
I'm a hobbler.
Aye.
But good stuff, though. You managed to get yourself a wee sponsorship.
Yeah, so this is a company that I think I will be working with again.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, aye.
I hope so.
Look forward to having a discussion with our social media team and see what kind of things we can expect to work on in future. But they've been lovely to work with. So, Fox Ellie, shout out to you guys.
And your business partner, obviously, for helping you.
And shout out to one of my models over here, Ryan, the main model.
But the good thing is that I'm not a pretty face and I have a photography mindset, so I help you actually take the shots and just deal with the fact that I am the one in the shot.
Right. You know, one thing that was actually, now, as a photographer, one of the worst things to get used to is asking strangers to take their photo.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But I done that
lately, didn't you?
I was out up towards Aberfoyle. There was these two ladies, and I asked one of them if they would model something for me, and they were so happy to do it, and they loved it, and it was a great time. I actually still haven't sent them the photos.
That's terrible.
I'll do it tonight.
That's terrible.
Aye, but that was fun.
I don't have that confidence to approach people to ask them to take photos.
Honestly,
so I don't.
I'm still iffy about it.
It's not asking them to take the photo. It's actually what the photo will look like, because I feel like such an amateur. I'm like, somebody with an iPhone will take a better photo than what I'm about to take of this person.
Nah, I think it totally depends what you're shooting, how you're shooting it.
No, I'm not good at people though.
Aye.
Apart from that one shot of Grace that's on my timeline.
That's the thing
with the dog.
I love that photo.
That's like the best shot I've took of a person.
It's a really nice shot
that I've took. But it's the only one that I like. And because it was Grace, I was like, well, I can ask you to do anything at this point, and it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I think there was a YouTuber that says the best thing to get used to asking strangers for photos is to keep asking strangers.
I just keep asking.
And it's a good way. Like, I still remember one of the first times is those two ladies that were sitting at the Waterside Museum.
Oh yeah. Aye, that's right. Aye. That was a good day.
Aye, they loved it, and I've still got the shots. I've still not uploaded them anywhere.
You can't even put them on Show Me Streets because they're not really street photography. So I know. By the way, so what's your plan for your online presence? Because you now obviously have Show Me Scotland, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah,
that's getting traction. You've got Show Me Streets as well.
Yeah,
which is I'm assuming is just going to be purely photography.
Yeah.
Like,
one thing I was considering is
I want to boycott Instagram though, but that's something we can debate later.
Yeah, one of the things I was considering was Show Me Streets, changing from just street photography to including some other things,
such as
simple stuff like shooting products or shooting cars or just everything in between. Just use it to showcase the photography that I wouldn't do on Show Me Scotland.
It is hard though, like when you pick something like that, like a name like that.
Yeah.
You almost sort of pigeonhole yourself into what you can do. But like car photography and stuff, you can do that.
Yeah. But let me see. Bear with me.
But Show Me Scotland is open enough as well. But I know that you're very happy with the fact that it is a hiking or
my followers
landscape.
Follow it based on everything I've posted.
Yeah.
Has been that.
Yeah. So like, show me streaks you can get away with it, but it's just product photography is tough. Like,
I'm sure you can change your name.
you can. I've done it. I did it with mine.
Because I was going to...
But that's why I like that I picked myself. I picked the small time Scott. Like, obviously, even before we did this, that was what I was always going to be. So I can put anything on my timeline, but I don't want it to be like an erratic timeline. So I don't want it to be all over the place, but it will end up being all over the place.
I seen someone's timeline the other day, and it was one of the most aesthetically pleasing things I've ever seen.
I know.
It was checkered. So
they had like
one photo was
fillers.
like a really bright photo. The second one was a really dark photo.
Oh, that's cool.
Then it was bright dark, so the entire timeline was just like changing one between the other. So no matter what the next photo was, it would be edited the way it fit in the timeline.
That's kind of cool.
It was fucking awesome. Oh, it didn't. I was like, this is so satisfying.
But I also just don't want to put any effort in Instagram at all. And anybody that follows me on Instagram will know that I don't give a shit about it anymore. Like, I used to upload like pretty consistently, at least once a week for months. And I won't do it anymore. There's nothing about Instagram that makes me want to post there anymore.
Do you think that's
they've lost
based?
me.
Do you think that's based off the fact that they've done that major change in Kids?
Like, it is. It's the changes, but it's also like, see, the whole like. There's no point in denying it, right? I'm posting to Instagram for likes because that's what makes me feel good, and I don't like that I'm putting the worth of the shot into.
You don't want to rely on that for the feedback.
I'm not. Whereas, because I kept I was lying to myself when I kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to upload it here," and then it's just somewhere where the photos can go from bad to good. But Instagram's not like that, really. If you think about it. It's not really designed for that type of thing unless you can actually tell yourself that is why you're posting to Instagram. And at the end of the day, I wanted that to be the reason I was posting to Instagram, but it wasn't. So I'm now just a bit like, take a step away from Instagram, and I want to find, I'm actually just going to do something like Google Photos, I think. Just because I don't want it to be a like-dislike type thing. I just want to post a photograph and then that'll be it. I haven't found an alternative, but I just want to post a photograph, and that way I can look at it and go, I took that shot on fucking May, whatever, 2021, and then I'll look at it in 2025 and go, that was shit. But look at what I'm shooting now.
I would say,
do you know what I mean?
In the grand scale of like Instagram and social media, there's a lot of other people that feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because over the last year on Instagram, anyone that works for Instagram, if you're watching this, if you listen to this, fuck you. You've ruined it for photographers. And for those that are listening that don't kind of understand why they've ruined it for photographers, the rise of TikTok, the rise of YouTube Shorts, when the creators of Vine came back with whatever app that was called, can't remember. TikTok took over from every other app as being the biggest social media app. That there's been no growth like that from an app ever. And now every other social media is wanting to be like them as much as possible, which means that where Instagram was once a place for photographers to show their work, for photographers to post photos, even the everyday Joe just to post photos, now they have an algorithm where if you want to grow, if you want exposure, if you want people to see your work, you need to post video, which is fucking shit.
Donkey buzz is what I think that is, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm someone that loves shooting video, but I didn't start Instagram for video. I done that for photos. And now that aspect of it is pretty much been ripped out. The biggest people that I think both of us follow on that app are all in the same boat where they're like, their reach has fucking plummeted. My reach plummeted by 50%. Due to the new algorithm
as well in comparison to everybody
exactly else, and I'm small, and there was people that I follow, especially A World with Sarah. She posts up Q&As all the time, and it's one of the main subjects that keeps coming up over and over.
Who has seen this?
And it's basically people saying who actually seen my last post, and when you look at the poll results, over half their followers ain't seen it because Instagram just isn't showing it.
Putting it there, it's not putting it through.
Yep.
I know, but they've openly admitted that they're not going to change that. Like that, they're happy with where Instagram's going. So
yeah, it's fucked.
if the guys at the top don't care, it's never going to change.
Yeah.
So
Video is the way forward. Everyone knows video is the way forward.
I know.
But I wish that they sectioned it appropriately so that they weren't punishing photographers.
Stills, because I'm sorry, like I get more enjoyment looking at stills than I get from watching like 30-second reels or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a minute reel, because I don't care about reels. And the problem I've got, do you know the biggest problem I've got with reels? See the fucking music thing that you need to add on to it to make it even go? It's like the search function is the half of the pish.
That's true.
Pish.
That's true. The editing on
I hate it.
those, even if you do want to upload, isn't good. And if, for example, say
I just can't.
This goes for TikTok as well, right? If you are editing a video on desktop and you're going to post it to TikTok, and you want to use an audio which they have licensed on the app, you can only put the music into it once you're in the app. See, if you edit that video with the music included, it'll be a breach of license and it'll take the music out of it.
Yeah. See,
so even though they're licensed to use that music, if you put it in the background of the video you've created, the audio will get wiped.
I do apologise, guys. You've come on us a wee 15-minute rant about how we hate fucking Instagram.
Yeah,
and TikTok,
fuck you, Instagram. Piece of shit.
That's not what we were about today, Kevin.
Yeah, it was.
It's fine.
But hey,
it's fine. It's out there now.
It is. And I regret nothing.
I don't regret anything.
Fuck you, Instagram.
Well, I regret a lot of things, but I don't regret hating Instagram, put it that way.
Yeah.
Anything else that you think you could foresee yourself doing for the year? Anything else you want to
for the year goals, well, in fact, I never even said this, actually. Goals for 2022. Now, I said this to Ryan. Start every year, I record a video, and then at the start of the next year, I watch that video back and I see how I done. I watched last year's this year on Hogmanay, and I was over the moon about how I reached those goals. So I intend on doing the same this year. One of the biggest goals I set is I want a 7-minute mile. That was based off the back that I failed a fitness test for a new career path I was taking. My own fault. But since I set that goal, I ran a mile on a treadmill. My first time that I recorded at the start of my workout was 9 minutes 52. Fast forward 5 days, 7 minutes 36.
So it's coming down.
2 days ago, 7 minutes 22.
There you go. So you're almost at that goal already.
I'm almost at that goal already. Apart from that,
on a treadmill though.
On a treadmill, so
that's the hard, but it's translating
actual flat
that
ground.
to.
So apart from that, the other goals is in terms of social media, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. I want to heighten the quality that I'm putting out, and I want to make sure I'm engaging with my fucking common sense and not taking on too much extra work.
Yes.
And the final goal is that I want to reach 100 Monroes by the end of the year. So I need to climb over 50 mountains this year.
That is a tall task, man. Fuck that. I did one last year.
Yeah,
I did that one with you, and it's the only one I did.
I fully intend on reaching that 100. So
I would like to do a couple more this year.
Yeah, you totally should. I've got one more to do in
Glencoe,
and you should come because
I want to go and do other ones that you have all done. Like I want to go and do the Anarchy Ridge and all of them. Like,
I'm more than happy to do that ridge again.
I know.
Anytime. Most of the ones that you'd want to do, I'd be happy to redo. But as a personal goal, I do want to reach 100 by the end of the year. What are your goals?
It's hard for me to pick things that I think are achievable in relation to things that I would just like to get done that I think I would fail.
Right, well, don't set goals. Like, what would you like to get done this year?
I think, honestly, I want to put a bit more effort into this, what we're doing, like I say. So I should probably pick up on that as I'm telling this goal, because this year, guys, we're going to try and just release an episode a month.
Yep.
Because obviously we want the content value of the episode to go up.
Quality over quantity.
Yes. And I also want to take the time to invest in like editing the videos and putting it up and all that stuff. So this is going to be my gateway into doing that kind of stuff, like the video editing, because let's be honest, I've got all the stuff and I've been looking at videos, but I have procrastinated on doing that entirely.
Can I make another suggestion in terms of the podcast and recording and stuff? we record earlier in the day.
Aye.
Because we
I mean,
recorded
today we
an
weren't going to
episode.
record.
It was a seasonal episode we recorded, and we started recording at like midday. And the energy levels were prime.
No, we didn't.
What time was that?
We recorded episode 12 first.
Uh-huh.
Because we videoed it from that corner first. And then we started doing this one, the seasonal episode at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, either
But
way,
I think we were just buzzing because Christmas was like a week away.
I say we start recording a wee bit earlier, so
I agree with that, though.
Energy levels
I'm fine with that. Again,
but
anyway, the problem with my energy levels this week is the fact that I am so lethargic, of the fact that I've not been walking on my foot. I just feel like a dick.
Right, so, anyway, other goals. Or what would you like to do, should I say?
Honestly, just invest more time in self-development, I think.
I have signed up to the gym. But Ryan's got a row of books above my head here, above the TV.
Yeah.
And is going to spend this year working on himself. So what are you going to do?
I'll just shout my titles out. Fuck it, why not? We have the 5 books on the shelf that I intend to read, and the one that's sitting on my bedside table that I am currently reading, a la Kevin. So I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power at the moment. And my goal is to read 6 books this year because I do not read. I'm the world's slowest reader, and considering that my job is mostly to interpret Scottish title documents, which involves nothing but reading, it's pretty hampering to not be able to read like a page a minute, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I take like 2 minutes to read a page. It's terrible. Aside for that. So we have the 48 Laws of Power, which is book 1, and I am 8 chapters in out of the 48, so I'm quite happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Never Split the Difference.
I'm stealing that off you.
Negotiating as if your life depended on it. It was written by some FBI negotiator guy. It's supposed to be pretty good. Considering I also have to negotiate in my job, I thought that's a good skill to obtain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read the How to Live a Good Life by Jonathan Fields, which is a book I bought in 2015 from a podcast that I like. And I have still to read the book, but it's like a how to appreciate the small things and not always get caught up in like the aesthetics of everything else in everyday life. Like
I think you could do with that.
The usual stuff. So yeah, I could definitely do with that. So we've got that. And then I've got 4,000 Weeks, which was on a recommendation video for Ali Abdal on YouTube. He read that last year. He said it was very good. So it's basically like the construct of time and how to best use it, because it essentially takes the realism of you're not going to achieve everything that you want to achieve because you only have a finite amount of time to apply to things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's sort of is meant to readjust your perspective on, like, again, take pleasure in the fact that the things that you are focusing on are coming to fruition instead of beating yourself up for focusing on some things but not being able to do others. Like, that's just give and go. That's what life's like. And then I've got Everything That Remains, which I am about halfway through. I bought that in 2016. That's by the Minimalists, and it's mostly just how to, again, change your lifestyle perspective from wanting absolutely everything and getting caught up in that sort of like. And it is true, it's like that kind of middle class, higher end of the lower class where you make enough money to buy the nice things and getting caught with one up in like your neighbour and all that stuff. It's like how to strip all the shit out of that.
If you can see a lifestyle above your means.
Yes, exactly. Even though when you're sat there, you're probably up to your eyeballs in debt, and you make a good figure anyway, but you've got more debt than what you make, and it's how to again readjust your perspective and kind of correct yourself. And then my final one is Atomic Habits, which is definitely one that I need. It's a book on how to break bad habits and start formulating good habits. And my bad habit is
porn addiction,
fucking money that I don't have. So let's be honest.
Ryan has more OnlyFans subscriptions than I've ever seen one person have. He's in that much debt that he's now selling his own socks on eBay.
I really hoped we were going to get through one episode without you bringing up OnlyFans.
No chance, mate.
It's fine though, I'm the editor, I can cut it out.
That's a good lineup of books.
That's my lineup. So there's 6 novels. I will link them all in the description.
And I'll be
of the
stealing that
thing.
negotiation book.
Yeah, and you probably should maybe take that away with you today, because
Yeah.
it'll take me another month,
Watch
2
this,
months
I'll
to finish Power.
Fucking have a hostage situation this week. And I'll be like, wait, I'll get my book. I'll get my
I got
book.
my book. I know I've got a guideline.
That's chapter 6.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. That's my sort of goals, and then it's just I want to change things in the house. Like I want to get new carpet,
Yep.
flooring downstairs, and all that kind of stuff. So they're just like lifestyle goals that I want.
Yeah.
And I want to adjust, obviously, because I've got a gym membership, but literally bought the gym membership on the Monday, went out to do the shoot with you on the Sunday, and fucked my foot. So
Aye, that's it. Blame me. That's fine.
no, I'm not blaming you. I fucked my foot, so I can't really utilise my full membership to its potential, but I'm going to go next week and just do like seated weights and stuff like that, just keep myself off my feet.
So
No
by episode 6, Ryan will be a machine, and so will I.
I always start out great and then fall off like I've just drove off a cliff.
Watch this. He'll be injecting Tren before you know it.
Injecting Tren, fuck me. The fuck?
No, but I think that's a good line of goals to have, and especially personal improvements are always the ones you should try and chase down every year. You should always try and better yourself. But I think that covers pretty much everything we're going to talk about in this episode.
think so. What about you guys? Have any set resolutions that you've already failed?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, who's slid into their ex's DMs
I've
already?
done that. Oh, jeez. Don't.
Who's
don't
got
need all
an
the
STI
nitty-gritty.
before the end of January?
Fucking hell.
We want the juicy stuff, we don't want the PC shit.
Just, if you failed, it's fine.
This
just pick yourself up and
podcast
try
is going to
again.
get wild by February.
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is going to be our special guest as of May. Shout out Jeff.
Called out Jeff.
Jeff will not be here. My name's Jeff. He will not be here either.
He'll
but
not be here either.
we hope you stick around for the episodes to come, guys.
Yeah.
And this is hopefully a good way to kick it off. Am I right?
Am I right?
Am I right?
I know I'm fucking right.
Exactly. I know
There
I'm
you go.
fucking right.
I steal it before you do it. Haha. Right. Signing off for this one, guys.